Yo, it's me again. I don't think I've ever done two of these in one day, but you never know what's going to happen, what things are going to bring. Cooking my lunch right here. A little bit of some pulled pork for the big guy today. But had a teary moment in the office today. I'm trying to think how to bring this to you, but I started off the morning with showing our new office sign, which the joke was people thought it was a new company coming in, etc., but obviously not. But it's the whole "Wake Up Humans" thing, and it's this wolf now that's our logo. And about an hour later, I'm talking with a patient. It's her first week of care. Ooh, that's good. It's her first week of care. And the history goes something like this. In and out of multiple psychiatric hospitals. Very sad, very ill, hurts all over, on about 20 different medications. And her son has been begging for her to come in and see us. And she couldn't really understand why she would go to a chiropractor for what she was going through. And she shows up at our office on Monday. Today is Thursday. Today was her third visit. And she said that her life's been completely transformed. And she started off talking about, Steve, your brother Ronnie in your book, Wake Up Humans. She said, that's me. That's my story. And I said, really? And she said, I've been in and out of psychiatric hospitals. I haven't wanted to live. The kids that I have living have kept me alive because I don't want to hurt them. The doctors don't know what to do with me. They just keep throwing drugs at me. And she said, Ronnie is me. And she said, reading his story, I now understand why I'm here. Reading Wake Up Humans, I now understand why I'm here. And her eyes welled up a little bit. She said, I've had electric shock therapy multiple times. They've wanted to institutionalize me, keep me there for years. And I just kept getting out. And on her second visit with me, she saw me. She said, what did you just do? And I joked with her and I said, I can't tell you, it's a secret. She said, I really want to know. And I said, we cleared your atlas. Your body's going to wake up and your life will never be the same. She came in today and said, you know what? I'm different. Something is happening. I'm different. And then she started telling me about one of her children who committed suicide 10 years ago. And she found him dead. And she said, I haven't really talked to anybody about this. But I walked in the room and he was dead. And he was my one child that always had some issues, always had things going on. And now I'm reading your book and I understand what it is. She said, when I was giving birth to him, I couldn't push him out. I was covered in fear. They kept yelling at me to push and just get him out. And I couldn't. And the doctors yell, we just got to get this thing out. And she said, and they, her words, ripped him out with forceps. Ripped him out with forceps. And she said, now I know what was wrong with my son. What if I knew about this upper cervical chiropractic care when he was an infant? When all the years when he would just have issues and no one could understand why, what was wrong with him. And I'm thinking, chiropractic's been around over 125 years. How this woman never hear of it? Never hear of chiropractic. Never put two and two together. None of the doctors could have put this traumatic delivery together and say, we got to get this baby's atlas checked. And she said, I wake up one day and I find him dead in his room by suicide. And she said, reading your book, I now understand on what that experience did to his neurology, to his body. And she said, this is my third visit here, and I feel different. I just know I'm different. And she said, I feel it here. She pointed to her sternum. She said, I feel an energy, a warmth here. And I said, that's your spirit. You're connecting to your spirit. She said, yes. She said, it's like I'm waking up. And my eyes welled up. Because that's to me what Wake Up Humans has been all about. Working with thousands of patients and seeing them just open up and wake up and change. And you just sit back and watch it happen. Thousands of times. That you realize when these people, these humans wake up and their spirit gets connected, they just change for the better. And she said, Dr. Steve, I'm just different. I feel different. I'm sleeping. I wake up happier. I know I'm not perfect. I know I have a way to go. But she said, you know, reading about Ronnie, and I've thought about this, it's almost like sometimes God lets things happen to give you a greater purpose in life. And I hate to freaking say that. I hate to acknowledge that. I hate to think that God's going to let anything happen, because I really don't think he does. I think just shit happens and we just got to deal. And if you have faith, you deal a little better. But she said, but going what you went through with Ronnie is going to enable you to change thousands of people's lives so they don't have to go through that. And I think if you look at circumstances in your life where you're having a tough time and you're going through a tough time, if you just have a little bit of faith and realize that you'll come through it, you'll learn from it, and if you allow it to empower you, it could perhaps open up a mission in your life that you never knew existed. At this point, me and her are just looking at each other glassy-eyed. You know, I really didn't want to cry. We had a full house of people, and we were nose to nose having this conversation. It was one of those things that I just got warm and goosebumps. And, you know, it sucks. It really sucks. I'm not going to lie to you. To have to walk this walk because my brother had to suffer. And I don't want anyone to have to go through that. And I'm calling out all my chiropractic colleagues to cut the shit, wake up, and just start taking care of people. I mean, everyone wants to know how to build the practice and how to do stuff and guys, you just got to love people, and you got to have a heart. Fuck, I don't know why I'm crying. But you just got to freaking find that mission and purpose. And let me tell you something. People say to me, well, I don't have a story like you, and I don't have... Then use my story, man. I can't be everywhere in the damn country taking care of flipping everybody. But if you want to come and hang out for a week and see it and realize it's not that freaking hard to take care of people. You just got to love them, know when to adjust them, when not to adjust them, let innate do the work, and get the hell out of the way. And for any of people out there that go into chiropractors, if they're doing any bullshit in their office, cold laser, vitamins, weight loss, get the hell out of there because they got their head up their proverbial ass. And it's those kind of people that have their head up their ass why my family never learned about chiropractic when Ronnie had his neck injury. Why this woman's son, who had a dramatic forceps delivery, never learned about chiropractic because too many doctors have their head up their ass and they're trying to think about collections and how much they're collecting a month and how much they're making a year and where the next toy's coming from. Maybe if you had a little bit pain and you had something shoved up your ass, like losing a loved one, you realize how big the mission is and you would lose yourself in service. Lose yourself in becoming a better doctor, a master of your craft, which in chiropractic is the adjustment. And this woman I'm talking about took a very different adjustment than 90% of the people that I will adjust today. Just her energy, her pattern of thinking, her emotion. I can't just lay her on a table and go in and blast her. Because she'll never come back again. She'll be terrified. She'll be hurting. And I can't just say, well, innate's on the job. No, you got to communicate and love the people and have a purpose bigger than you ever imagined. And when we realize that once that atlas gets clear and people go from here, their mind to their heart, their entire life changes. So, for me today, hearing her sit there straddling the table, tell me the story, and listen, my life's been busy. My family's all over the country. I've been traveling all over the country. But I haven't been distracted. The mission stays the same. And the mission gets bigger. And here's my mission. If we don't have enough chiropractors doing it, then we're going to teach them and show them how to do it, guys. Because I'm tired of the Ronnie stories. I'm tired of hearing stories like this woman who on her third visit has read the book, Wake Up Humans, and now realizes what happened to her son. And if more people could just get their head out of their ass, read the book, get more chiropractors to hand the book out to every new patient so the humans around us could wake up to the potential that lies within them and how it's being blocked through an atlas subluxation and how we could change the people. It's not about Stephen Judson. If you feel like it is, write your own book. But if not, hand it out to educate them because they get through this book and they see it from a different light. Their perception changes and they get it. Now they just need to show up and get clear and stay clear. And for this woman, she woke up today realizing what killed her son. What killed her son was the subluxation that he developed from a forceps delivery that she walked in a room over 30 years later and found him dead from suicide because he gave up hope on life because no one could figure out what was wrong with him. And her life has been spent in and out of psychiatric hospitals full of dope because they don't know what's wrong with her. And after 2 adjustments, she feels connected to her spirit in a way she's never felt in her entire life. And she put it all together today. In the middle of the chaos of the office and patients all over the place, straddled the table, looked me in the eye, and said, Stephen, I'm Ronnie. And my heart just kind of sank again because they all say that. There's a lot of people out there, guys, that need what we have. And it's very simple. Don't complicate it. Become a master at the art of adjusting. Become a master at the art of communicating through love honesty, respect, and just be honest. And we have to be patient, and we have to coach the patients to be patient because healing takes time. Not all stories happen after 2 adjustments. Sometimes it takes 2 years. But as doctors and leaders that are giving people hope, we have to hold their hand and give them strength and help them find faith in themselves. Because when they get connected to themselves, their spirit, their innate intelligence, and their spirit wakes up, that human wakes up, and nothing will ever be the same again in that person's life. So for me, it was almost another aha moment in the office today as I've been running around crazy doing my thing as to why I'm doing all this shit. And I will never quit. And I'm grateful. And when she looked at me and said, you know what happened to Ronnie happened so Steve, could find my path, I feel guilty. I don't want that. But I understand where she's coming from. If what happened to Ronnie didn't happen, maybe I wouldn't be as passionate and mission-based as I am with this chiropractic thing. And maybe I wouldn't be so, freaking upset with the profession that's just so damn weak and looking in all the wrong places instead of connecting to their own innate intelligence to help others connect to their innate intelligence and just wake their communities up. Tim, I see your comment about the book. Thank you. Tim's been through cases of books. Love you, pal. I appreciate you being on the mission and sharing the book with people. It means a lot to me. And I'm trying to get better about showing gratitude and expressing it to people because I realize I'm halfway through this life. I love all of you too. I appreciate you jumping on here. Joe, Beth, Natalie, Michelle, listen, Marilyn, you guys are awesome. Taylor, keep being you. Let's wake people up. And I appreciate you allowing me to share. I had to get that off my chest. My daughter Jamie's calling right now, so I'm going to go. I haven't seen her in a week, and I miss her. So I love you all. I'm going to eat my lunch and go serve my ass off this afternoon because it's what chiropractors do. Love you.